Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest in the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I am in Newport, California, and I am at the Cardiovascular Tech Forum, and my guest today is Dr. Robert Schiestl. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, so a lot going on today at this tech forum. What brings you out today?
Oh, I'm a member of Octane, and I go to all the Octane conferences.
Yeah. Have you been to this particular one in Newport? It's my
Yes.
first time.
No, this is actually the first time at Cardiovascular.
Yeah.
But I go to all the other Octane conferences, yeah.
What are some of the reasons that you like going to the Octane events?
I do networking and tell people about what I do and get investors, get people interested in things.
Yeah.
Lots of things. Networking, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find the crowd and also the content, right? Like when I watch some of the panels up there and I'm like, man, every time I go to something, I always want to have some takeaways.
Yes, absolutely.
What has been one of your favorite parts of the conference so far?
Oh, just talking to people, networking. They're always very nice to me.
Yeah.
Their food, everything.
I agree with that. That one's to the hotel.
Yes. The food is amazing here. Yes.
I'll take that. And I know you work on a lot of different projects. So I'll ask you, what kind of projects are you working on that you can talk about? What kind of things you got going on?
Maybe whatever doesn't need FDA approval, which is my cosmetic and my probiotic.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
So my cosmetic makes everybody beautiful. And it also has medical applications. But some of those need FDA approval.
How'd you get it?
But everybody, what I do is health, beauty, and sanity.
How'd you get into that industry, like health and beauty? Like what drew you to that?
Oh, because I like everybody beautiful.
Hold on, really? So
yes, I know beauty queens.
Really?
Yes.
And so what was your first your first introduction when you were like, you know what, I want to pursue this just as an entrepreneur? By the way, a lot of entrepreneurs watch this.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have 16 patents and 6 companies.
So what got you into beauty originally? Like a lot of different things entrepreneurs can do. Like what got you into? Do you remember?
Well, because I like to look at beautiful people. Wow. Even guys can be more beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I agree with that. Yes. I'm working on it now.
Yes, and can get rid of all the... Anyway. All the cosmetic surgeries and so on. Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you mentioned also probiotics, or you have another... Talk about that a little bit.
So the probiotic also has medical applications, but it has... it actually... Probiotic by itself doesn't need FDA approval unless you claim medical functions. Yes.
Yes. What got you into that
belly
part
feeling
of it?
And lots of and we can produce 2,000 tons per year of my probiotic currently.
Wow, how did you get into that business? As a serial entrepreneur, I'm always interested in and this can't be your answer because I like gut health. I want you to be beautiful on the outside and the inside.
Actually, the gut is influencing everything.
Yeah. Oh.
And there's a gut-brain axis, even the brain. And actually, 95% of all sertraline is made in the guts, not in the brain. And it influences everything in your body.
So I want to talk about entrepreneurship just for a bit here. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs that watch this show, and a lot of maybe even would-be serial entrepreneurs that are launching different businesses. How do you go about your process of deciding what type of next project you're going to work on? Like, how do you make those decisions for yourself?
I observe what I do rather than designing something for a specific disease. I use what I have for all other diseases. And anyway,
So I want to go take that a step further because I think there's a lot we can learn from that. Because you're not jumping from one project to another. It's like it's building.
It's building. And the problem with looking for treating a particular disease is that you have all those negative side effects, which you don't really observe initially when you do your screen and your animal effects. You only find that in people. And that's part of the problem.
And so now,
if you have an open approach, then you can try different things.
Yeah. And so now let's take that a little bit further. So now you're building on maybe some other work or some ideas that you've had. You're going further. Now
and
when you're...
And whenever you find something new, you can find a new patent or a CIP or... Yeah.
And so now, not to, and obviously this is a short podcast interview, so not to oversimplify, but like, so now you have an idea or you have a concept or you have a thing. What do you do next? Like, what's the next part of your process? How do you think about whether you're going to actually bring this to market?
You talk to people, you get feedback, you present things. At all the conferences, I go to lots of different conferences, tons of things. And I'm a member of 180 different clubs. All the city clubs, all the country clubs.
Yeah.
And talk to people
And so when you start getting that feedback, does that kind of give you the like, okay, this has some legs. This might be okay for the market.
And then you tweak it and you take into account what other people tell you, what your patients tell you, and so on. Yeah, for sure.
I'm guessing sometimes ideas are maybe like too far ahead. Like maybe it might be a great idea, but the market might not be ready for it. Does that ever happen? Like you have some ideas and you're not...
No. You just have to try things out. And when you see effects, you observe effects, then when it's ready.
And so now, and then that's when you make...
You can never be too much ahead because it only makes sense once it works.
Oh.
See what I mean?
Yeah. So the market wouldn't even move for it then anyway. Like when you're presenting, when you're doing the ideas,
once it works, and then you can present it. Yes.
See, I've been wanting to get you on the show for a while because I wanted to learn your process because I feel like every entrepreneur have their different processes and their different ways of going about it. So to see your end and what you can do, that's interesting to me. Well, I know that you got a lot to do here at the conference. I know I only had you here for a couple minutes, but if somebody wants to follow you on social media or go to one of your websites, or how do people connect in general?
If you look up my name on the internet, you find 14,000 pages.
Oh, best interview of the day. Well, Dr. Schiestl, I want to say thank you for coming on the show today.
Wonderful.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I was happy to finally get you on. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along in your journey. Until the next time. And thank you again.
Wonderful.